Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome back to the library. Today we're going to do our, whatever month this is, April. There we go, April book unboxing. So this is the Junior Library Guild book subscription box that they send me once a month. And like I always say, I do preview these books in advance, but it's months beforehand that they have me pick out which books I want and if I want to swap any. So I honestly don't remember any of the books that I've picked out. And they're the ones that they've recommended. I didn't even like choose these. Like they pick them, they're like vetted and, you know, read by many people and whatever. But anyway, so they're apparently up and coming and like popular books that they usually send. So let's see what we get today. So as always, I already opened the box just so it would be easier to do, but I have no idea what's in here. The first book I feel like I've heard of, The Red Palace by June Her, who I've heard of that author. I feel like she wrote something else famous. This one says, he turned the crinkled paper over to me, the sheet splattered and smeared in blood. Chills prickled down my spine as I heard again the whistling arrow, the thudding of death. I closed my eyes a moment until my mind cleared, and when I opened them, I saw before me Hanja characters, ink dripping in vertical lines. And here's what it says. The Crown Prince killed me. The Crown Prince killed the 4 women. The Crown Prince will kill again. Is it fantasy or is it realistic fiction? To enter the palace means to walk a path stained in blood. Oh, it's historical. It's set in 1758. If you enter the palace, you either die or you survive and become another monster within its walls. So, I mean, that sounds pretty interesting. I don't know that I would read it, but oh yeah, this author wrote The Silence of Bones, which I do remember hearing about, and I believe that was a mystery. So, I will definitely check into this one and see if it is something that I would want to read. Okay, let's do our next book. What is this called? It's hard because they put the stickers like right where the title is. Bitter by, I'm so bad at pronouncing names. I'm so sorry to these people. Akwaki Emizi. It says it's a National Book Award finalist. It's decently short. Oh wow, the page, oh my gosh, the font is like big and the margins are huge. So this is actually a really short book. What is this book about though? Okay, just the blurbs on the back sound interesting. It says a beautiful genre expanding day. So not a genre bending, but genre expanding. I've never heard anything described that way. It says it's a nesting doll of creative possibilities. Oh, this is her other book. I got really confused because on the back it says praise for pet, but this book is called Bitter. So they're just talking about praise for her other book, which her other book it says is a science fiction tale. So is this also science fiction? Okay, so I've discovered that this is apparently a companion novel to the National Book Award finalist called Pet, which explores the power of youth, protest, and art, which sounds really cool. And I don't know how it's a companion. Like, I don't know what the story of the other one is, so I don't know if it's like another character story in the same like universe, you know, or whatever. But anyway, I guess I'll have to go make sure that we have the first book, Pet, to be able to have the companion novel. Okay, next I see the Love Boat Taipei on the back of this book. So yes, I was gonna guess that it is Love Boat Reunion by Abigail, is it Abigail? Maybe? Hing Wen. I'm so bad at pronouncing names. I once again apologize to these people. So this is a romance. I remember Love Boat Taipei when it came out because it was all over BookTube. However, fun fact, I don't believe that book has ever once been checked out in our school library. So I don't know that I need the sequel. Is it a sequel or is it a companion? I guess that's the real question. Oh, it sounds like it's a sequel. Okay. I know nothing about what the first one's about except that it's a romance, but once again, it has never been checked out in our library, so I'm gonna have to do a lot better job of promoting the first one so that people will read the second one. Okay, next, Mirror Girls by Kelly McWilliams. This maybe looks vaguely familiar that I've seen on YouTube. I don't know. Oh, it's a Southern Gothic, a pitch perfect Southern Gothic thriller about race, family, and what it means to call a place home. Huh. Ghosts are real, it says. The veil is thin. So yeah, Southern Gothic. Looks like it's going to be set in Georgia, possibly in the past. Oh, a character travels to the past, apparently, to the Jim Crow South, confronting the land of her worst nightmares. Sisters reunite as teenagers in a deeply haunted town of Eureka, where ghosts linger and dangers lurk behind every mirror. There's a deadly curse to go with this mirror that they have to break and to discover the meaning of sisterhood in a racially divided land. Okay, so perfect for fans of young fans of Lovecraft Country and The Vanishing Half, which I've heard a lot about. So gothic horror that tackles racism, passing, and the Jim Crow South. So probably not a book for me, but definitely a book I will recommend to others. All right, next we have a book that I'm just gonna say looks like a romance from the cover, but let's see. It's called Sunny G's Series of Rash Decisions. Okay, I've definitely never heard of this. Maybe it's realistic fiction. Let's see. On the back it says, a prom night adventure full of rash, wonderful, romantic, stupid, and life-changing decisions. Oh, okay. I like books that are all set in like one evening or one day or something. I feel like they are very exciting because they're like little snapshots of, you know, a larger picture. But it's blurbed by Becky Albertalli. So what is this actually about? Okay, this already sounds kind of interesting. So it turns out this kid, the main character, Sunny G, which by the way is a guy, so I'm excited about that because so many books follow female protagonists, and one of my students even pointed that out recently, that so many recent books are female protagonists. So this is a male protagonist, and his brother left him one thing when he died, his notebook, which Sunny is determined to fill up with a series of rash decisions. So decision number 1 was big. He stopped wearing his turban, cut off his hair, and shaved his beard. Interesting. He makes his debut look at the prom where he's stuck going alone. He's skipping out on like doing this cosplay thing because apparently he likes to cosplay. But enter Mindy Vang, a girl with a penchant for making rash decisions of her own, starting with stealing Sunny's notebook. When Sunny chases after her, prom turns into an all-night adventure, a night full of rash, wonderful, romantic, stupid, life-changing decisions. So probably a romance. I'm kind of intrigued by this. I might actually look into this one a little bit more myself. So the next one I see is a book that I already know is a popular book, and that is All of Us Villains. I have heard about this book all the time on BookTube, and I have another copy of it. I bought this book from another book company as well, so good thing I have 2 copies because our school is so big that, because we have over 1,200 students, that usually we order 2 copies of like really popular books, or at least 2 copies, sometimes more, because obviously we have a lot of students. So it says, the blood moon rises, the blood veil falls, the tournament begins. Oh, it's a tournament. Oh, I'm so sick of tournament books. Oh my gosh. So I don't know. There's a blood moon, 7 families in this weird city. So, okay, it's going to be like fantasy. The prize is exclusive control over a secret wellspring of high magic, spelled with a K at the end. The most powerful resource in the world, one thought depleted. It's a tell-all book. But a tell-all book has exposed the tournament and thrust the 7 new champions into the world-wide spotlight. The book has also granted them valuable information previous champions never had. Insight into other families, strategies, secrets, and weaknesses. So it's, I guess, going to be people kind of plotting and scheming against each other. Gave them a choice, accept their fate or rewrite their legacy. Either way, this is a story that must be penned in blood. I mean, it's by 2 authors, apparently. Amanda Foody, who I've heard of, and Christine Lynn Herman, who I have never heard of. I probably will not read this because I bet it's not as good as it looks, but the font is actually pretty tiny, so it's a decently long book, too. I'll just wait until I hear more about the reviews. Okay, I think we have 2 books left, including our graphic novel that looks like it's on the bottom. The Lost Dreamer by Liz Herta. I've never heard of this book or seen it anywhere on YouTube. It is very pretty. Can you see this? Look at that cover. I like the colors a lot. On the back it says, to dream, seek the story within. It's blurbed by the author of There Will Come a Darkness, which I've never read either. Oh, okay, it's fantasy. Kind of looks like fantasy. It says it's the next spring's buzziest fantasy debut. It's a transcendent story of community, sisterhood, and resilience set in a ritually drawn world. Powerful new voice and fantasy. So I'm guessing she's a debut author. She has short stories, it says that she's written, but I'm guessing that this is her first actual book, but The Lost Dreamer. So let's just read what this one's about since we have never heard of this or seen it anywhere on BookTube. It says, Indir, I-N-D-I-R is her name. Indir is a dreamer, descended from a long line of seers, able to see beyond reality. She carries the rare gift of dreaming truth, and dreaming is capitalized. But when beloved King Ans dies, his son and heir has no respect for this time-honored tradition. Newly crowned Alcan wants an opportunity to bring the dreamers to a permanent end, an opportunity Indir will give him if he discovers the 2 secrets she is struggling to keep. As violent change shakes Indir's world to its core, she is forced to make an impossible choice: fight for her home or fight to survive. Saya is a seer. Okay, so now we're going to a different person. Okay, so I guess it's gonna follow maybe two different characters then. So Sayer is a seer, but not a dreamer. She has never been formally trained. Her mother exploits her daughter's gift, passing it off as her own as they travel from village to village, never staying in one place too long. Almost as if they're running from something, almost as if they're being hunted. Ooh. When Saya loses the necklace she's worn since birth, she discovers that seeing isn't her only gift and begins to suspect that everything she knows about her life has been a carefully constructed lie. As she comes to distrust the only family she's ever known, Saya will do what she's never done before, go where she's never been, and risk it all in the search for answers. A stunning fantasy inspired by ancient Mesoamerica. Well, that's different for sure. This gripping debut introduces us to a lineage of seers defiantly resisting the shifting patriarchal state that would see them destroyed. Okay. I mean, I definitely have never read anything inspired by Mesoamerica. The font is huge. The margins are big. I always look at that for some reason just to kind of see how long it looks. So I bet this is not very long. I think I will read some reviews of this. I bet I won't read this because I'm kind of tired of just plain old young adult fantasies, but if it had really great reviews just because of the Mesoamerica like inspiration, then I would probably check it out. Moving on to our last read. Our last book is called Amazona by, I mean, it just has the last name of the author. I'm not sure what the author's first name is. Does it even say? Like, where's the author's name? Canzales? Translated from Spanish. Oh, so it was originally written in Spanish. That's neat. Okay, so this book is actually really pretty. I'm very intrigued. As you can see, it's a graphic novel, but it is pretty much black and white. I mean, I saw a little bit of red, but I don't think the pages have any red. Oh, there's pink. Okay, so there's a splash of color every now and then. Let's see. What is this book about? It says, Andrea, a young indigenous Colombian woman, has returned to the part of the Amazonia region she calls home. Only 19 years old, she comes to mourn her lost child, carrying a box in her arms. And she comes with another mission. Andrea has, did I say Andrea earlier? Why would I say that? It's definitely Andrea. Andrea has hidden a camera upon herself. If she can capture evidence of the illegal mining that displaced her family, it will mark the first step toward reclaiming their land. Okay, so this presents a suspenseful, socially conscious graphic novel in a stark, singular visual style. I do like the style. I don't know. I'm intrigued by that. It's not like over the top. It's just very like simple, like I said, stark. Oh, there is some color every now and then, which definitely makes it stand out. Looks kind of confusing. Like, I don't know if I would even know quite the order to read this in. But anyway, I don't really read graphic novels, but I do feel like I would definitely have some students who would be interested in this. They love graphic novels around here for sure. So those are all the books we have for our April book box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do have 8 this time. By the way, last time we only had 7, and I like the next day I saw that they were sending me the 8th one, so they sent it in a separate shipment. It was just like out of stock or something at first. Ironically, the one that I am most excited about is one that is not fantasy or anything that I would typically read. I am most excited about this one, this strange romance / maybe just contemporary about set hopefully all during prom night, I assume, and this kid making rash decisions. I don't know that this would be any good, but Sunny G's series of rash decisions, it sounds fun. Even the cover it's fun. It just looks fun. And on the back there's like him standing outside of an ice cream truck. So I don't know, it just sounds summery. Maybe it's because summer's coming up that I would read this, but this is the one that I might even start reading this one like soon, because why not, especially if I can get the audiobook. So thank you guys so much for watching. Maybe you found something here that intrigues you. The Lost Dreamer, perhaps, since we've never even heard of that book on BookTube. I say that, I mean, I'm sure someone somewhere has mentioned it, but I've just never seen it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.